Hey guys, I just wanted to come and show you guys my hair, compare side by side, just because I know some people have been asking me like which one I like better, which one works better. And I've mentioned this a couple times, like I really like both products, and I think it really depends on what you do with your hair, or like your requirements. Like some people have been talking about they have to go to work and all this kind of stuff, and they can't wear their hair in like a protective style to use the traditional Chebe. So the butter is always an option. Now I have both in my hair, and it's been 3 months. This is the 3-month update. So on this side I have the butter, and the butter, if I can find one, has so many empty jars. The butter comes like this. It's a 4-ounce jar. It's made by Naturefinity. Okay, and it has Chebe in it, but it is a pre-mixed butter, and that's what it looks like. All right, and so this option is really good for people who want to wear like twist outs, braid outs, or sew-ins, or extensions like synthetic braids, added in hair type thing. This is really good for those type styles. I have a video on me using this for a whole month while in synthetic braids. Okay, so this is really good if you don't want mess, if you don't want anybody to know that you're using Chebe, if you don't want it to show up in your hair. It's a really good everyday type thing if you are looking to use Chebe. It still keeps moisture pretty much just as well as the traditional powder, because I don't reapply it any more than I do the powder. I apply them both at the same time, the same day. So if I go a month without reapplying, that goes for both sides of my head. Now the traditional powder, I do, as far as how it works, they both hold moisture pretty much equally. They both keep your hair detangled pretty good, and they both keep your hair stretched pretty good. Now when it comes to those little specifics, there's a difference. So the butter, since it's lighter than the powder, it allows my hair to shrink up a bit more, as you can tell. Okay, so this is the powder side, this is the butter side. It's not a huge difference, but that is a difference that I do notice, that this the butter allows my hair to shrink more. And another thing that I noticed is that the powder keeps my hair a little more detangled or untangled than the butter side, because with the powder actually like sits on strands. So I don't know if you can see this in the camera, but if you see like those darker spots, I don't know if you can really see it, little crummies in my hair. It's not focusing. But they sit on each strand of hair, which helps it weigh my hair down and keep it more detangled and more stretched. So like I said, I like them both. There's really no one is really better than the other. It's just coming down to certain preferences of what products you really want to use. Like the powder is messy. Like, let me show you guys. If you can see my hands, and if you can see the shirt, so the powder stains. That's another thing about it. But okay, so the powder is messy. So you have to have something on your floor or wherever you're working at, or unless you do it in the shower, to protect your area, or else it's gonna be everywhere. For me, my preference, like completely, would probably be the powder, just because it's the traditional way, and that's what I started with. But like I said, they both are pretty great. And plus the powder keeps my hair, like I said, more stretched and detangled because of how heavy the product is and stuff that you're adding to it, while the butter is lighter. So that is the reason I prefer it. But as far as like results, Chebe, a lot of people think that it's a growth stimulant. It's not. It doesn't touch. It's not supposed to touch your scalp. Of course, it drizzles there every now and again, but it's not supposed to be on your scalp anyway. So it's not a growth stimulant. It's just a hair moisturizer. Okay. So as far as me getting growth results, that's not based on Chebe. Me retaining those results is based on Chebe. Okay. So I'm just comparing the sides. Butter, powder. Okay. So let me see if I can get a handle on it, because it's already starting to shrink up because I sprayed it with water. And so, and this, like I said, this is my 3-month update, but if I don't have any growth this month, I know why, because I was stressed pretty much this whole entire month. And when I get stressed, I don't eat or drink like I should. So that's my hair. They're both the same length. Pretty much. So, and I just feel like and it's not even that my hair gets tangled, it's product gets clumped up that causes like a little snag. So it helps with all of that. Like you won't experience as much shedding when you start to use Chebe, all of that. So since that side is pretty easy to clamp down, and this side, it has lots of powder in it. So that's why it's easier to kind of maneuver. And this one keeps slipping. Alright, there we go. So they're both pretty much the same. And like I said, I'm not expecting too much growth this month, just because I know I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do as far as nutrition goes. So anyway, so I'm going to show you guys the back, and I'll compare the back to each other just so you can see for reference.
Alright. That one at the 12. That one a little bit longer than the 12.
Get